What's going on, everybody? My name is Aiden and welcome back to another video. Ladies and gentlemen, there is recent rumors going around suggesting what Josh Giddey is expecting when it comes to his next upcoming contracts. Now, at the end of the day, if you guys didn't know, he's on his last year of his restricted free agency deal, essentially, and he can become a restricted free agent in next year's offseason, in the 2025 offseason. With that being said, there's a lot to prove for Josh Giddey, but he is, at least it's reported, that he's seeking a lot of money. Now, is that money warranted? Can the Bulls give that type of money? What is next for Josh Giddey? Is he a one-year rental? We're going to have to find out and try to answer as many questions about this situation in this video. But before we get any further, if you like the video and you want to see more from me, drop a like, drop a follow, and or subscribe if you are new. And let me know in the comments below your thoughts about these Chicago Bulls and whether or not you would give Josh Giddey the money he is seeking. And ultimately, if he does get the money that he's seeking, will it be with the Bulls or will it be elsewhere? A lot of discussions there, ladies and gentlemen, but put it this way. As far as I'm aware, this is only rumored. I don't necessarily know this for a fact, but Josh Giddey is seeking around $30 million per season in his next contract. I believe out of all the players that went above him or all the players that went high overalls in his draft class have received big extensions, and Josh Giddey is one of the only ones that has yet to receive that big extension. A bit of an interesting insight there, ladies and gentlemen, as to why he may be seeking that type of money, because everybody else may be getting that type of money in his draft class. So it's an interesting insight if all else fails. Now, $30 million is a lot of money. And I guess the first question we need to ask is Josh Giddey worth $30 million per season? Well, look, Josh Giddey brings, in my opinion, important aspects to the game that stats won't necessarily record, because he's not the most prolific scorer you'll ever see. And if people will just say, look, he doesn't average 25, he doesn't get 30 million. That's how people may think and perceive Josh Giddey, or perceive any player that makes an impact that goes beyond just the scoring end. So Josh Giddey does bring valuable assets, but even in those valuable assets, I cannot say in good conscience that Josh Giddey is worth $30 million per season. Now look, a lot of people get paid stupid money in the NBA. Ridiculous money in the NBA. And, you know, maybe if the NBA continues to have these salary increases and stuff of that nature, Josh Giddey might be worth $30 million one day. But as of today, I can't say in good conscience that he is. Would I like to see him get to that level? Of course. And I think there has to be a lot of work done to get to that level. But it's not even the fact that he can't get to that level. It's not the fact that there's anything necessarily wrong with Josh Giddey. He's coming off of a down year. And I don't want to be the team. I don't want the Chicago Bulls to be the team that pays someone stupid money and big money. Money that we may not be able to get back. Think about it with the Zach LaVine situation. Money that we are not able to get back on a player that's had a down year. I would not want to do that. And I hope the Bulls don't necessarily do that either. But I don't think we can anymore. I think the deadline to do that was yesterday or something, and the Bulls didn't do it. So essentially, the Bulls have kind of stood still and stayed put with where they are. And I guess you have to now ask the next question, what does that mean for the Chicago Bulls and for Josh Giddey? Basically, it means Josh Giddey has 1 year, 2024-2025 season, to prove how much he is worth to the NBA and to the Chicago Bulls. So it's not like he may not ever get that $30 million. He has a year now to prove that he's worth it. And that's the best situation Josh Giddey can put in. Because not only now is he going to have to prove that he's worth that type of money, he's also coming off of a year where he needs to prove himself from last year, where he got shut out in the playoffs and he barely got used in the playoffs, and he had a down year overall with Shai Gilgeous-Alexander's emergence as an MVP caliber player. Josh Giddey has a lot to prove for the Chicago Bulls, and I think that's the best position to put him in. He's either going to flourish and show his potential only at 21 years of age, I think, or he may not have a great year. And then we get our answer either way. So I'm looking forward to that. But a lot of people have pressed the panic button on this. I've seen a lot of intrusive thoughts win for the Chicago Bulls based on this situation, saying we need to trade Josh Giddey right now, or even saying we should let him go in free agency. He's not worth that type of money. I think you guys need to understand what restricted free agency is in terms of the free agency period. It's not like he can hold us to ransom or anything like that. It's not like he can threaten, pay 30 million or I'm gone. He can't do those things in restricted free agency. Yes, he can have his opinion. His agents can speak out. He can speak out on what he think he should get. But regardless of what he thinks at this point in time, it is not up to Josh Giddey. That's what I love about restricted free agency. The Bulls have the power to do whatever they like in this situation. Now look, if let's just say hypothetically the Atlanta Hawks come in and offer Josh Giddey $30 million per season, the Bulls, if they view him in that type of value, has the opportunity to match it. It's up to the Bulls. Or they could let him walk. They could let him go to the Atlanta Hawks. It's just a hypothetical here. But again, it's up to the Bulls. The Bulls get to decide that. It's not up to Josh Giddey. And no matter what he may think, it will not be up to Josh Giddey regardless of any situation. He just has to prove himself on the court and leave the rest for the Chicago Bulls and the other teams in free agency. And that's why he's not just fighting for the Bulls here. He's also fighting to prove his worth. And it's a beautiful situation to be in because we're going to find out very soon in this upcoming season. I'm super excited about what we could see from Josh Giddey. I have high hopes for him this season, I really do. Because I do think he can become one day a player worth that type of money. I just don't think it's now. And that is what it is. Maybe he takes a shorter term deal so he can get that type of money in the future. Maybe he wants to get the guaranteed security on a lesser deal. I don't know how Josh Giddey's mind is going to think, but I'm intrigued. And ultimately, he has a year to kind of prove it. And for those people that are really pushing the panic button on this, I want to take you back to a situation that happened last season. This current offseason for the Chicago Bulls. And there was the restricted free agency of Patrick Williams. Now, Patrick Williams, it was rumored at least, I don't actually think it came out as official that he wanted this type of money, but it was rumored that Patrick Williams was seeking a $200 million contract with 5 years. You could divide it and do the math if you like. My brain isn't comprehending that right now, but it's a lot of money. It's more than what Josh Giddey would have wanted. Let's put it that way. And it's quite interesting to know he didn't get that type of money. You want to know why? Because it wasn't up to Patrick Williams. He was a restricted free agent, and let's be honest, he was never worth the $200 million. Even when he was seeking it, he wasn't worth it. When he had the season and he got hurt for most of it, he still wasn't worth it. You don't give $200 million contracts to guys that average 10 points per game. He has potential, sure, but the Bulls stayed put, and they put their foot down, and they got Patrick Williams an $18 million contract per season for however many seasons it is. It's still a lot of money. People may say he's not worth it. Well, you know, I guess it is what it is in terms of that standpoint. But they were never going to give him $200 million. And I don't think they're going to give Josh Giddey $30 million per season either. And it's just one of those things where you just have to wait and see. Be patient, hold out, and let's wait until other teams maybe make the decision. Look, if another team in the NBA wants to offer him that type of money, that's their choice. We can't control that. But the Bulls have the power to match it and make the decision if need be. I love restricted free agency. It is so good. I don't like being held to ransom, or I don't like situations where, let's just say DeMar DeRozan was in, for example, where the Bulls decided let's not keep him around, so let's sign and trade him and we could get assets back that are nowhere near the value of DeMar DeRozan. I would rather just trade DeMar DeRozan and get as much value as possible, but the Bulls didn't do that. I don't like situations like that. With restricted free agency, you don't get situations like that. It's either you match what's put in there. If no one offers something, then you go with what you think his value is. And if all else fails, if someone does offer him something, well, decisions. And again, it's why I like restricted free agency. I should say before we go, I do really feel Josh Giddey will get more competition for restricted free agency than what Patrick Williams would have got, because I do think he has assets and he can contribute to winning teams. He's a very solid rebounder, a very solid playmaker. He has good dribbling for a guy of his size. He's not the best defender, but he does give some effort there as well. And he can drive to the rim and finish around the rim, which is quite interesting and nice indeed. So he has attributes, he has qualities. He's not a bad player by any means. So expect competition there. But again, it's all up to the Bulls. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Let me know in the comments below. I will see you guys in the next one. Stay safe, stay healthy, and stay tuned for more. Take care, and peace.